Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw a healer from Clash of Clans. So we're going to start on the right side of the face with the eye. And what the eye looks like is basically a point in the middle that kind of curves up and around, kind of like a watermelon seed. Then we're going to move over to the left side and do the same thing but flipped over. So we'll draw a point and we'll draw a curve that goes up and around and back to that point. Now let's draw the pupils, and the pupils are going to be faced upwards, so she's going to be looking up. So on the left side here, I'm going to draw a hollow circle in the middle, and then on the right side we'll draw the same thing, just up at the top there. Let's get into the nose bridge. So what it is basically a curve from the top, kind of intersects with that inner part of that eye, and it curves in the opposite direction down on the bottom part of the nose. Leave a little bit of a gap and draw a curve. And at this end here, I'm just going to curve this up slightly. Let's get down to the mouth, and the top part of the lip, it's basically a V. So we're going to draw a little tiny V, and on the tops of the V, we're going to curve down to the sides of the mouth, and then we're going to curve in towards a point, towards the middle. Draw a curve towards the middle, and curve to the right side, and then for the bottom part of the lip, I'm just going to draw a curve that connects to the outer parts of the mouth. Let's get up to the hair. So just above this eye, about this eye line, I'm going to draw a point right here. I'm going to curve down right into that eye and curve up. Then I'm going to come up a little bit and do a bit of an overlap and curve out. And I'm going to curve up again. On this side here, I'm going to do the opposite direction. So I'm going to curve out, curve up, and right here I'm going to come up a little bit and draw another curve that goes up. A little bit of an overlap. Now I can draw the face. So right to the left of this eye, I'm going to draw a curve that goes down towards the chin to a point, and from here I'm going to curve all the way up and tuck that in underneath that hair bang. Just like so. And just for a little bit of detail, just above this eye, I'm going to draw a bit of an eyebrow. Let's get into the side bangs. So right behind this jawline, I'm going to draw a curve that goes out, and then curve this back up. I'm going to do a little bit of an overlap and curve out, and then curve back up. Then here I'm just going to curve out and curve back in. So it's kind of coming in towards the center of the head. On the left side here, I'm going to do the same thing. So right above this bang, or just below this bang, I'm going to curve out and curve that in, tuck that in behind the face. Do an overlap here, curving out, and then tucking that in underneath that face. Right here, I'm going to do an overlap and curve out. Now I'm going to work my way up to the top of the head. So right about here, I want the head to be rounded out, so I'm going to curve in and start to round out the top of the head. So now from here, I kind of want to work my way around to meeting that point. I'm going to curve around slowly and then work my way to that point there. Now with the neck, starting on the left side of this chin, I'm just going to draw a little short curve, like that. And on the right side, I'm going to draw a slight curve as well. It'll be kind of covered up by that hair there. Right here, I'm going to do an overlap. Go straight out and round out that shoulder. On the right side here, I'm going to go straight out and round out the shoulder. Now that we have that in place, let's get down to the center of the chest. Right about here, I'm going to draw a point. Now I'm going to draw the left side of the chest first, going out to the rib cage. So from here, I'm going to draw sort of a half circle. Comes all the way around. Come like that. I'll draw the same shape on the right side, but I'm going to stop right about here because I'm going to start to work my way into towards the back. So here, I'm just going to curve the back of the hip. Here, I'm just going to round out the tummy. Now from here, I'm going to work my way down the hips. So from here, I'll curve out towards the bottom of the skirt. So right about here on the right side, I'm going to do the same thing. Curving around. Now I can draw the bottom edge of the skirt. So I'm drawing a curve that goes up. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap here. I'm going to go up and curve, go straight across, and then I'm going to taper down, so it's kind of pinched off to a line there. Now from here, let's draw some detail. So here I'm going to draw, from this point, I'm going to come down a little bit and draw a point. From here, I'm going to draw a little bit of detail, chest. And from here, I'm going to draw the same thing, but then it's going to taper out and vanish behind that chest. Let's draw a couple of upward curves, so at the bottom here, and then the bottom here. And then let's draw that little star detail. So in the center, I'm going to come down, draw a point, draw a curve going out, or an angle line going out, on both sides, going out on the left and right. It's going to come in towards each other and then down to a point. Now let's get into the legs before we get into the arms. So the feet are pretty short, the legs are pretty short, so I'm going to come down to right about here. So let's start with the right leg first. So in here I'm just going to move over to the right a little bit and curve down towards the ankles. On the center here, I'm going to curve down on the right leg towards the same direction. And then from here, it's going to work in the opposite direction. So right here, I'm going to curve around and right down to the ankle there. Now let's draw the right foot first because this is actually overlapping the left. So here I'm going to curve out. I'm going to round up the heel in the back and curve in the opposite direction here. And for the toes, just a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, just little curves that go all the way around the foot. From here I'm going to curve down the front edge of the left foot and do that same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. It gets tucked in behind that right foot. Now here, I just want to draw the back of the heel. So drawing a straight line that's angled and then just rounding out the heel. So I'm almost mimicking this shape here on the left side. Let's draw the skirt in detail. So here, the skirt kind of flares out. So right about here I'm going to curve out with a curve. Draw a straight angled line going in one direction and then curving back up and tapering that line so it gets a little bit thinner as it goes up. Right here I'll do the same thing. So from this point I'm going to curve out. Draw an angled line and then taper that back in behind the legs. And then behind here I'm going to draw another tassel, so coming down, angling that line and then tapering back up behind the feet. And then here I'll probably do one more going this way, angle line going up and then tapering this behind that foot. Okay, so now we got the legs. Let's get into the arms. The arms are quite simple. So here the upper arm comes down behind that chest. Now I'm going to angle out towards the wrist. Right here, the arm gets tucked in behind the body, so I'm going to come out towards the wrist. Let's draw the thumb. So here, I'm just going to draw a curve that comes in like that. And here, she's actually only got 3 fingers, so I'm going to draw one curve that goes out, 2, and then the third one, and then this kind of gets tucked right into that wrist, just like that. Then here, let's draw the right side arm. So this curves down towards the wrist. Here, I'm going to curve down towards the wrist. And then from here, I'm going to draw the thumb. So curving, tucking that out. Here, I'm going to draw one finger. I'm going to draw 2. Let's draw 3. And I'm going to just wrap that around to the wrist. Now, probably the most complicated part are the wings. And there are basically 3 layers of the wings. So I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. So right here, the wing starts in the back, so the 2 corners of the shoulder blade. This one's going to come up like so. From here, I'm going to curve a line out, like the big main feather. From here, I'm just going to draw a series of little curves that kind of come out like this. Now the second layer gets tucked behind this wing. So what I'm going to do, starting at the tip here, is curving out and back in. I'm going to do this sort of curve a few times. And as they come in towards the body, they get a little bit smaller and then they start to angle out this way. So you see that they're getting smaller, they sort of vanish like so. Now the third layer, again, starting at that point there, goes out big and back in. And they don't actually have to line up with anything, they just kind of get smaller as they go. You see that I'm starting to turn and go a little bit smaller as I come towards the body. And this set of wings, this third row, is going to just vanish in behind the body like so. And here you'll probably see one more feather there. So you can see that there's like 3 layers to the wing. Now let's get on to the right side here. So again, from the shoulder blade, this wing is going to come up, but because she's turned that way, it's going to be angled in a different way. So here I'm going to go out and back in, and making these little feathers, just like I did here. Just going to draw a few little feathers that curve around and behind that hair. Let's draw the second row. So starting from the tip here, come around. They start to vanish. Now from right here, I'm going to start to do a bit of an overlap. So curving around, coming up halfway, kind of like that. Let's do the third row. So from the tip, curve around, up here, curve around. Again, just keep going. I'm getting a little bit smaller as I come down, and I'm curving around this way, and I kind of want to end up in the same height as on the right side. So I'm just going to keep curving around, aiming these feathers downward, just like that. It tucks in right behind that body, and that's pretty much it. There's a very simple healer from Clash of Clans. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like, share this with your friends. If you want a chance at winning one of our weekly mystery prizes, all you have to do is share your art with us on Instagram or Google+, and tag us at Cartooning for Kids. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.